Hey everyone, and welcome back to Small Engine Edge. Today we're going to talk about customer communication. This is one of the most important things that you can do as a small engine repair mechanic is communicate properly with your customers. Most things that go wrong in small engine repair and with customers, it's not about the repair itself. It's about the customer not understanding exactly what you're doing with their equipment, not knowing that their piece of equipment is done or that they were waiting on parts, and creating confusion or creating frustration because of those things, because it was not communicated well what was being done or when it was going to be finished or what to expect. You've got to let customers know that, and you've got to keep them in the loop to keep customer satisfaction high. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as we go along if you enjoy the content. Customer communication is just as important, if not more important, than the repair itself. And there's a reason why, because it keeps you from having to go back and forth with customers. It keeps the customer happy the whole time and they know exactly what's going on. So it keeps that satisfaction high. If you don't have to continue to call back and forth or message back and forth about different things because they don't know what's going on, they're not calling 10 times a day saying, hey, where's my equipment? You don't get an extra 50 calls every week about that. That's going to save you time and make you more money. So when customers bring a piece of equipment in, we ask them first, do they want an estimate on it? Many of our customers, we built trust with them, so they'll say, hey, just go ahead and fix it. That doesn't mean I'm going to throw a $400 bill at them at the end and say, hey, your mower's done. Well, that's a push mower. It's not worth that. If there's something large, communicate with them and let them know that it's going to take additional time or it's going to be an additional cost. They approved it for a tune-up or whatever the case is and said, hey, just fix it, whatever the problem is. But that doesn't mean just writing a blank check and fixing whatever it is. So communicate with those customers. If they bring it in for a tune-up, let them know how long it's going to be. So if you tell them it's going to take 3 or 4 days and you've got to wait on a wheel or whatever you're waiting on, call or message them and let them know that you're waiting on that. Don't leave them to guess and have to call you. So then you've got to play the, oh, what's going on with X, Y, or Z. If you just send them a message or an email or a phone call, real quick is all it takes to communicate with them. And then you don't have to play that back and forth. You don't have to be interrupted when you're doing things, and it works out better for everybody. When they come in, make sure that they understand what you're doing to their equipment with an estimate or with a repair that they're asking you to do. Make sure they understand what you're not doing. Make sure they understand when they can hear from you or when they can expect to hear from you. So if you tell them it's going to be done in 3 or 4 days, don't just expect them to show up and pick it up. When it's done, give them a call, shoot them a text, shoot them an email. When we have things that come in online, we have a lot of people's emails and we'll ask them, you want a text, you want an email, you want a phone call? Which would you prefer the way to communicate? Sometimes sending a text is easier, but many people don't text also. Some of the older folks do not get into texting. So you can't just blanket call, text, or email everybody. Some people you don't know their email if they're dropping it off, but communicate and figure out exactly what way they would like you to get in contact with them to let them know the status of things. If you're going to be waiting on parts for a week or you're going to be waiting a few extra days, call, text, just let them know that that's going to be the case. If you find more things that need to be done and it's an estimate, give them a buzz real quick, shoot them a text real quick and say, hey, we need this additional. It's going to cost this much more money. Would you like us to proceed? They'll get back to you. They'll be very happy that they've gotten an update and they'll be happy to pay it 9 times out of 10. That customer satisfaction is going to follow right with that communication though. There's many companies that I've dealt with in the past, and those are companies that I've moved on from or plan on moving on from soon that have not communicated well. There's a reason for that. You always want to feel like you're taken care of. And if you're not communicating with your customers and they're calling all day, asking questions, they're getting frustrated with you. It's making you frustrated. It's making your productivity go down and your profit go down overall. Just keep in touch. It's not that hard, even if it's a difficult conversation, okay? You've got to call and say, hey, we thought it was this, but ultimately it's going to need this more, or hey, I don't know exactly what's going on with it right now. I think it might be this. Take those difficult conversations, or those conversations or updates that you don't want to have, and go ahead and take care of those anyway. It's much easier on the front end than dealing with an angry customer on the back end. The customer may be disappointed or may not be happy with what's going on, but they're going to respect the fact that you called them and you communicated what was the issue and updated them. So you've always got to keep in touch with customers. You've always got to communicate well, and that's going to drive customer satisfaction, customer referrals, and it's going to keep you growing your business because people are always going to recommend somebody who took good care of them. Set those expectations at drop off and make sure that you give those updates as you're going along. Be very clear with what's covered and what's not and what the customer wants done. Give clear estimates, and you can expect things to go extremely smoothly. We get right around 75 to 100 phone calls per day right now. That's one every 5, 6, 7 minutes. And that's not even our busy season. So if we were not to communicate with people and we had everybody that was here calling every other day to figure out what the status of their equipment is, that's not going to work well. You're going to be spending so much time chasing your tail and figuring out what the status of things are that you're not going to get anything done. Some people will come in and go to drop off their equipment and they'll say, hey, so I can expect to pick this up this afternoon. And you're like, well, do you not see the other hundreds of pieces of equipment around here? But that's because they don't know what to expect. Set those standards, communicate with the customer that that's what they can expect out of you, and they're going to respect that. They're either going to respect it and leave their equipment, or they're going to pack it up and take it with them. Or if it's a pickup, obviously they're not going to schedule the pickup. Be upfront about that, though. If you're a week out, tell them you're a week out. Don't tell them you're 2 or 3 days and be a week, because you'll be playing that catch up. I understand you want the business, but you've got to be upfront and honest with people. You've got to let them know what they can expect and when they can expect to hear from you or have their equipment done. That is one of the very most important things. And again, that's one of the things that's most important, even besides the repairs, the communication and the expectation setting from the customers. Make sure that they know exactly what to expect from you and know what you should expect from them. If you need an update on something and you don't hear back for a couple days, send them another text, shoot them another phone call. We go back through our paperwork daily and say, hey, it's been a few days, and we'll call again. We want to keep things moving. We want to keep in touch with these customers. If they miss a voicemail or whatever it is, always do that. Stay in contact with your customers, and you're going to continue to grow. Keep dreaming big with everything that you're doing. I wish you all a very well spring and summer season wherever you are. I hope everything's going well for you so far. Continue to follow along. Thanks for watching. Check out some of the other videos we have. I'll put a link up there above to them, and you can learn a lot of different things. I try to help as much as I can. If you have any questions, put those down below. I'm always here to help. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content.